So I've been wanting to make a video about Five Nights at Freddy's for a while now, since it used to be a huge part of my channel.
What shape do you like more of Five Nights at Freddy's? Springtrap or mango? Springtrap and mango, or Golden Freddy and mango?
I don't know what was going through me when I made this video. I don't usually make commentary videos or like videos where I just talk about stuff. I usually make skit videos or lore videos. Pretty much anything that's just shits and giggles. Pretty much just joke videos. Which I will still make, but I feel like I wanted to try something new. Just videos so I can just talk about stuff. Anyway, back to the topic. As I said before, FNAF used to be a huge part of my channel. Like, I made a shit ton of videos that was about FNAF, or at least included FNAF stuff. Even before my channel, I've been a fan. I've been following the lore, the games, like ever since the first game came out. At least no, ever since the second game came out. But I've known about FNAF like ever since the first game came out, pretty much. Like, this is the first video I watched, pretty much. This is like my first ever time seeing anything FNAF related in my lifetime, and then the rest is history, pretty much. And in this Christmas video I made back in 2015, I got my first ever piece of FNAF merch ever. It was this glow-in-the-dark Freddy shirt. It was pretty cool. And I'm saying this because this is a series that means a lot to me, and I haven't really talked about my thoughts and opinions about it on this channel, so that's why I wanted to make a video. And now that Ruin released just a few weeks ago, I think it's a good time to talk about my thoughts on not only Security Breach and Ruin, but also the current state of FNAF. So first, I'm going to talk about Security Breach, which has been out for a while, but it has gotten a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of FNAF fans love the game. A lot of old school fans don't really like the game. But as someone who prefers the atmosphere and the art style of the first 3 games, I gotta say, I quite like the game. In fact, no, actually, I love the game. There's a lot to like about this game, so I'm gonna first talk about the best parts about Security Breach, and then I just move to the critiques I have of the game. The visuals of this game is fucking amazing. I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna say I really like the way this game looks, and just even the designs too are amazing. There's some of the best in the whole series, which might be a hot take. I don't really care. I just love it. Especially Moon and Sun. The daycare attendants are fucking awesome. I love them a lot. They're like my second favorite animatronics in the whole game. And the animations, they look really good. Especially the opening scene. Amazing. And all the other cutscenes also look really good. I wish there was more, but I'm gonna get into that later. You know, all the cutscenes look pretty good. Doesn't surprise me. The heads of Steel Wool used to work for Pixar, so it makes sense why they would look good. I got the Vanny figure, and it's fucking awesome. Hello, Golden Freddy. And the voice acting, which I don't think is the best, but I enjoyed it, honestly. Kellen Goff, definitely my favorite voice actor in the game. He does amazing as Glamrock Freddy, and the other characters, just top notch. Amazing dude. And also the music is pretty enjoyable. There isn't a lot. It's mostly just atmospheric sounds, but I do like the music that's in the game, especially the daycare theme. It's a classic at this point. It's pretty much it's a meme, but I really do like the theme. Oh, it's awesome. It's goofy, silly. And now for the bad stuff of Security Breach. Many people already said this, but the glitches are a main problem in the game, although most have been patched by now. But I've also seen performance issues and even textures not appearing, which is not good at all. This does depend on where you play the game. I played it on a PS5 and it ran decently for me. My main issue for me personally was the lighting. It would just not appear at all when I spawned in. It would just take a couple of seconds to appear, which is not a huge issue, but it's kind of distracting, honestly. But for what I've seen personally, it ran fine. I didn't experience any glitches, at least non-game breaking ones. So I got lucky, I think. Another issue I have, which is kind of nitpicky, but I does get kind of repetitive. The gameplay mostly is mostly just running around, not getting attacked by the animatronics. Mostly Roxy for me. I don't know why, but I just saw her the most for some reason. But yeah, I wish there was more variety. There is different types of gameplay in a game. I just wish there was more. And this isn't really a criticism, is more of just an idea I had, is that I wish the animatronics could talk to each other, because I've noticed that besides the first scene where Chica where like they're in the stage and Freddy malfunctions and Chica goes to help him, other than that we don't ever see them talk to each other. The main gang, the main animatronics, they don't really talk to each other in the game. which I think is kind of crazy. Like, besides Freddy, he talks about them, but he never talks to them. You know what I mean? So I kind of wish we kind of saw that. I wish we saw, like, in the game segments where there was more than one animatronic chasing you. I wish they would talk to each other during that. That'd be kind of cool, I think. Other than that, I feel like just say the same lines over and over again, which is, I don't know, it gets kind of boring. And like I said before, there's a huge inconsistency between the cutscenes and the comic book art style that we see in some of the endings. It's very consistent, and then some of them even have both. Like, they go from cutscenes to a comic book to the comic book animation. It's very weird. I don't know what happened. It might have been because of budget, but I really don't really like that. I feel like it feels very consistent, very messy in my opinion. I don't know. It's just very weird. And definitely, my biggest issue with Security Breach has to be the burn trap ending, which is not really an issue with the whole, oh, Springtrap is back, or the Mimic, or the Blob. It's mostly because the gameplay. It's very boring. This whole boss fight segment is weird. It's just you clicking buttons and getting, I don't know, and making sure Freddy doesn't get corrupted. It's very boring, very long, very just not fun at all. It's probably my least favorite part. Very anticlimactic also. I don't know, it's very unfortunate. The only good thing is the cutscenes. At least it has cutscenes and not the comic book art style. That's the best thing I can say about it. I just think it's very boring segment. Because honestly, I don't really care that. I think it's interesting that Burn Trap / Mimic is there. I think it's pretty cool. I just wish it was more fun. So that's most of my thoughts on Security Breach. I personally enjoyed it. I loved it as a FNAF fan. Of course, I might like it. As an actual game, though, it gets a 5 out of 10 if I were to score it. Don't expect me to do score stuff. I'm not doing that, okay? I'm not going to score most of the stuff I talk about because I feel like that gets annoying and gets it's not fun. Anyway, yeah, like a 5 out of 10 probably. As a FNAF game, probably like a 7, honestly. Because it's not my favorite game, but I still enjoyed it.
In these nodes with...
Whoa. Is that a FNAF Ruin reference? Holy shit, what the fuck? Ruin has been out for a couple of weeks now, and I gotta say, it's pretty good. Actually, really damn good. I think this DLC manages to, like, fix a lot of tiny issues with Security Breach, especially story-wise. I think this is probably one of the better FNAF games. I feel like the story here is more, clear. I was pretty interested in the story throughout the whole game. Couple that with the mechanics too, which I really enjoy, especially the vending mask. I think that was a pretty interesting new item to add. I thought it was pretty cool. I quite enjoyed it, actually. And same with the visuals. The last 10 minutes of the game look really good, especially the spoiler alert. Okay, this is gonna go into spoilers, but the final segment in the game where you go through like a cave, it's pretty damn good, especially for a FNAF game. You don't usually see that in the games, maybe like in the books. I have not. By the way, I have not read the books, but yeah, we haven't seen it in the game, and I thought it looked really good. And the environments too. This is a more linear game than the main game, but I think it really helps when you see the in-game cutscenes, like Monty trying to open the gate, and the other tiny little jump scares you see throughout the game, which did get a little bit overdone by the end, but I still quite enjoyed it, honestly. I love the animations. Again, the animation in these games are awesome. And now I'm going to go into spoiler territory, so spoiler alerts. But I really enjoyed the plot twist where the Mimic was mimicking Gregory the whole time. So pretty much Gregory talks to you through the whole game, but at the end you realize that it wasn't him the whole time. And until the very end, where we actually hear him in the walkie-talkie finally. But I really like the Mimic. I really like it. I think this could be a really nice replacement of Springtrap, or like a new villain, honestly. Which I'm pretty sure that's what they're going for, which is awesome. I'm glad they're stepping away from the original story and we're moving into newer, more original characters here, which is awesome. And I really hope we get more of that in the next game, which is about to come probably like 3 years from now. Also, if you couldn't tell, this game has a much better ending than the main game. I don't know, it's kind of obvious at this point, but yeah, it's way better. So that's pretty much my quick thoughts on Ruin. Really awesome, really great. I think it gives me hope for the future of this franchise, which is awesome. I have to give it an 8, maybe even like 9. One of the best FNAF games, honestly. So that's pretty much it for the current state of FNAF. this franchise has been going on for 9 years now. It's dude, actually, as of me recording this video, today marks the ninth anniversary of FNAF, which is awesome. I think this is a really awesome franchise. The fan base also is awesome. I mean, it has been ups and downs, but gosh, I wouldn't replace it for anything really. Nobody understands how much I love this franchise. Really, I loved it forever now. It's just great. I actually want to shout out some artists, some FNAF artists I've seen. They're not FNAF artists, but they have drawn FNAF characters before. One of them is my friends. They're awesome. Please follow them. And here's another one too. They're great. Honestly, I cannot stress enough how much I love the people in this fan base. Even though not everybody here is great, honestly, it is sad to see. Honestly, this is one of the most welcoming franchises. This have the most welcoming people ever, and some of them just are rude as hell. They're just bigoted. It's awful, actually. But thankfully, people call them out. It's just great to see. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. It's just I love this franchise. I'm really hopeful for the future of this game. These games. Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm rambling on. Good night, people. Good night, America.